For decades, the math of retirement was straightforward. You saved a set percentage, withdrew 4% a year, and relaxed. Today, relying on that passive formula is statistically dangerous. The modern retiree has to hit three constantly moving targets. You are navigating new legislative tax traps, shrinking safe withdrawal rates, and a shifting ceiling on government wage caps. Every decision you make now forces a central trade-off. You have to choose between maximizing your liquidity and tax efficiency today versus securing future guaranteed income and longevity protection for your 90s. We are not going to look at generic savings advice. Instead, we are putting the most highly touted retirement optimizations under an ROI microscope to see if the financial payout is worth the personal effort. There are three main inputs that dictate your success: late career tax sheltering, the timing of government benefits, and the structure of your portfolio drawdown. Securing a comfortable retirement in 2026 is an active business calculation. Every dollar you shelter requires an explicit compromise. The first major optimization vector comes from the Secure 2.0 Act. This is a 2022 federal law that changes the rules for 401k and 403b catch-up contributions starting in 2026. This legislative shift has a specific trigger. It hits any employee aged 50 or older whose prior year wages exceeded $145,000. If you hit that threshold, the government classifies you as a high earner. By law, you are now forced to direct your $7,500 catch-up contributions exclusively into an after-tax Roth account, blocking the traditional pre-tax path. The immediate financial cost of this mandate is visible in your paycheck. Because these contributions use after-tax dollars, they decrease your current take-home pay and increase your immediate tax burden today. However, these forced contributions eventually provide tax-free growth and shield the retiree from required minimum distributions. Required minimum distributions, or RMDs, are mandatory annual withdrawals the IRS requires from traditional retirement accounts, which often trigger heavy taxes later in life. But there is a secondary trap known as the 5-year rule. Withdrawing the earnings from these specific Roth funds before a 5-year holding period triggers both standard income tax and a harsh 10% penalty. The Secure 2.0 Roth mandate forces high earners to trade immediate liquidity for a long-term, locked-up legacy pool. Let's shift to the second optimization vector, the pursuit of the absolute maximum government payout through Social Security. The highest available target for 2026 is receiving the absolute maximum monthly Social Security benefit of $5,251. Reaching this figure requires 35 full years of work, while earning at or above the maximum taxable wage base for every single one of those years. That maximum taxable wage base is a moving target, scaling up to a steep $184,500 by 2026. Even after 35 years of high earnings, there is one more hurdle. You must also completely delay claiming this benefit until you reach age 70. Chasing the maximum check is a high-stress gamble. You are trading your healthiest years for a payout that relies entirely on beating average life expectancy. We need to transition to the final variable, the portfolio drawdown, and the reality that the classic 4% rule is undergoing a necessary downward revision. This line graph shows the new baseline. Because of higher equity valuations and lower yields, the highest safe starting withdrawal rate for a 30-year retirement has dropped to 3.7%. Some retirees try to avoid market crashes entirely by moving to a 100% bond or cash portfolio. This conservative approach reduces your safe withdrawal rate to a dismal 2.7%, leaving your purchasing power vulnerable as inflation steadily rises. You can contrast this with a high equity approach, holding 70% stocks during the drawdown phase. This yields a massive median ending balance, which is ideal if you want to leave a legacy or an inheritance. However, high equities introduce sequence of returns risk. This is the danger that a market crash, during the first few years of your retirement, will permanently deplete your principal before it has a chance to recover. To protect against this, you must lower your safe starting withdrawal rate to 3.5%. There is also a hybrid alternative, allocating a portion of your portfolio to a guaranteed lifetime annuity. An annuity covers your essential baseline expenses and boosts your functional withdrawal rate, though it heavily restricts the liquid cash you can leave to your heirs. Every drawdown strategy is a compromise. protect against market crashes, protect against inflation, or protect your heirs. The margin for error is shrinking, and blindly following standard advice is dangerous in this environment. This is the ROI matrix, a tool we can use to map these complex financial strategies against your specific profile. For the high earner optimizer, the best ROI involves absorbing the Secure 2.0 tax hit now to build a tax-free legacy for the future. For the time-poor burnout risk, working until age 70 is unsustainable. Their best ROI is often using a partial annuity to secure baseline income, so they can confidently claim Social Security early. Optimizing your life solely for the highest mathematical yield on a spreadsheet often requires sacrificing your healthiest remaining years. The ultimate retirement strategy should align with the specific life trade-offs you are actually willing to make, rather than chasing the highest theoretical payout on a spreadsheet.